Welcome to the 20th Ward's YSA podcast, What's Your Story? I'm your co-host, Lexi.
And I'm your other co-host, Kennedy.
And we are here today with...
Luke.
So glad to have you with us, Luke. Just Luke, right?
Just Luke.
Just Luke. Okay. We start all of our podcasts off with a very important, very serious question.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
That is a very good question. I would have to say a pterodactyl.
Is it because of the silent P?
That is a very big contributing factor, yes.
What are the other contributing factors?
It flies. Also,
I think I asked the wrong question because the sass that was associated with that.
It's Luke.
It flies.
but like reptilian birds, pretty much. That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
I would agree that pterodactyls are pretty fancy.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
If you were, Jurassic World? If you were there when they reopened the park for, I don't know, the 100th time, would that be the dinosaur that you wish would take you out, or do you have another dinosaur that you wish would take you out?
See, I would hope it would be a hybrid. Like they cook something up.
Okay.
A pterodactyl would be pretty cool.
It'd be like, yo man, you're my favorite.
Like Jurassic World has kind of just set the precedent that they're gonna create more dinosaurs, and so I would want something bigger and meaner and scarier.
You don't want to get taken out by just a basic.
Yeah, right. If I'm gonna go out with a bang.
Okay.
That's good.
So a genetically modified pterodactyl.
That would be cool.
Got it. Jurassic World. We got another one for you.
We have an idea. They need to stop. I think they just need to stop.
It's a bit,
But they're not.
But dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
And money.
Yeah. I think those are the two driving factors of the world.
They're very good things.
Dinosaurs and money.
Dinosaurs and money.
You know what drives cars?
Dinosaurs.
And money.
Yeah. That was a bad joke.
It was so bad.
So what's a typical Luke do on his days?
Goes to school, and then he goes to work. That's about it.
What are you studying at school?
I'm going to go into biomedical engineering.
Okay.
So I'm getting a master's in mechanical and a minor in biomedical.
Okay. And what can you do with that kind of...
I want to make devices that help people, because that would be cool. Like medical devices that can help people.
Awesome. Nice. And where do you work?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I'm there for far too long.
So, Luke, anything exciting happen in your life recently?
I'm not sure. But there was this one thing.
Mm-hmm. Do tell.
I did this one thing.
Okay.
I did get engaged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very
And
cute girl. Her name's Bailey.
how exciting. And how did this happen?
Well, I got down on one knee and was like, hey, will you marry me? Obviously, I said a little bit more, but
General gist.
Sappy details, right? She's like, yes. And so now we're engaged.
Did she expect this, or was it a total surprise on her end?
She knew I was going to propose, but she didn't know that I was going to propose then.
Nice. And where did you propose?
At the Brigham City Temple. In front of the
Nice.
fountain.
Good scenic spot.
I agree. There was some sunset going on behind it.
Oh.
That was
Picturesque.
planned
Yeah.
You planned the sunset?
just a little bit. Well, I planned to do it around sunset.
He and God were like, okay, listen, this is what needs to happen around this time. And God said, you know what? That's the easiest prayer I've answered all day. I can do that.
I can do that.
I was like, oh, please just let it be a pretty sunset. And it was. And so I'm happy.
So if any of you guys are wondering, God does answer prayers,
Even if they're kind of silly.
especially if they're silly. He's got a sense of humor.
Almost definitely.
For sure.
100%.
So when's the wedding?
It's going to be in July, the end of July.
It's exciting.
Exciting. Does she already have a color palette?
Yes.
Do you know what that color palette is?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what is it?
We're going to go with a light gray, a pink, beige, and sage.
Mm.
Ooh.
Good colors.
Be very nice,
Good
especially
colors.
for a summery wedding.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited for all the wedding details, or are you just like, it's necessary, it's gonna happen?
It's kind of like an it is what it is, but I'm also just excited to marry her, and so that I think it's gonna be fun planning something big with her.
Nice. That's a good answer.
Thank
That
you.
is a good answer.
Also, I get to plan something with a lot of details, and that makes me happy.
Little details, though.
Yes, little
Yeah,
details.
the little details. Can't get hold up on the big details.
No.
Just the little baby steps.
Big
Yeah.
steps.
For sure.
Well, in between now and the wedding, is there anything else that you're looking forward to?
Not being in school.
Is this your last semester then?
Not at all.
No, you're just looking
He's
for the
just talking
break.
about summer.
When you're not in school and you have free time and you don't have to stress about homework, what do you find yourself gravitating towards?
I like to play games, like board games, card games. I like video games. I like reading, doing puzzles.
Nice.
What kind of card and board games do you enjoy? All of them?
Pretty much all of them. I think the list that I don't like is a lot shorter than the list that I do like.
Okay, so what games do you not like?
I don't particularly care for Skull King
Okay.
or Taco Catco Cheese Pizza. The game of life is really long and usually really tedious.
Have you played the electronic version though?
I have not.
It's one that I can stand.
Okay.
It's better.
What about Hungry Hungry Hippos?
That is a very good game.
Okay, just checking. It's a classic, but some people, I don't know, they
I'd
just
be
don't like the
crazy to
classics.
say that I didn't like it.
If you had to choose between card games and board games, which one do you gravitate towards more?
There are games that are like in between card games and board games. Which way would those go?
If it has a board, it's a board game.
What if it has cards?
If it has a board, it's a board game. If it doesn't have a board, it's a card game.
Personally, I feel like it depends on the group. Because,
Okay.
like, I love board games. But, like, you have to play them with specific people. And I also really like card games, but, like, they're also specific people that if you're with them, they're way more enjoyable. I'd probably gravitate more towards card games just because I have more of those.
Okay.
And I like so I just end up playing them more often.
Mhm.
However, both are equally good in my eyes.
If you had to grab, say, 3 games off your shelf right now,
Your house is on fire.
you can only grab 3.
Just
What?
wanted to add that detail because I
Yeah.
feel like it makes it more fun.
Fair enough.
Got to put a little
Yeah, make it a little
into
spicy.
spicy games. What 3 games would you grab?
Probably Villainous. I like Villainous.
Okay, that's not a great answer because you have almost all of the villainous
You can
expansions.
only pick one.
So you can't grab all of them.
Well, that's lame.
Luke's like,
So-
I have all my villainous sets. I'm good.
I
No,
do
no.
not.
Only one if you're doing villainous.
You
which
get to
set?
grab one.
Probably the starter set because there's more characters, which means there would be more variety.
Okay.
Okay.
That's one of your 3.
The other 2 are also villainous. He's just bringing the rest.
Yeah, no. I like playing Dutch Blitz.
In a fire blitz, he's grabbing the Dutch blitz.
Is he doing the splits at all?
Not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if doing the splits in a fire is necessarily.
It'll
No,
harder
you're
to
drop-
below the smoke.
You're supposed to get down low, and so if you do the splits,
I don't ever remember that being in stop, drop, and roll splits.
well, you're not on fire, just the house.
How is it supposed to stop, drop, and roll splits?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Game number 3.
Maybe Unstable Unicorns.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll start prepping.
Okay, I will start prepping to light your house on fire, I guess. Is the
I
other-
don't- What?
Well, listen, he's prepping to get them out of his house in case of a fire, and so like there has to be a fire to get them out of.
They are all in a box.
I think it's a metaphorical fire, as in eventually he will be moving out.
I think I'm the one who added the fire to that question, and so I get to decide if it's metaphorical or not.
I'm so sorry, Luke.
It's okay.
I hope you have good house insurance.
You mentioned video games. What kind of video games do you like to play?
I really I play Mario Kart on occasion. I dabble.
You dabble.
I dabble if I will.
Mario Kart Wii?
Wii.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a variety of Mario
See,
Karts
that's
out
true.
there.
Who's
The
your
one-
character?
Yoshi.
Yoshi's a good one.
Or Bowser, but mostly Yoshi.
Interesting. Those are very different.
Well, see, both of them have really fast bikes.
Mm.
And if I need to go really fast, then I use Bowser. However, I prefer Yoshi.
All right. You also mentioned that books was one of your go-tos.
Yes.
Got downtime. What's your go-to genre to read?
Probably like just fiction. Or fantasy, but mostly fiction.
Mm.
Though mystery are pretty good as well, just because they're fun to figure things out. And
Yeah.
if there are a few authors that like every now and then they'll throw a plot twist in that no one ever saw coming. And
What
that's
was the last book that did that you were like, whoa, that was a plot twist right there. Did not see it coming.
fun. There's an author named Clyde Cussler.
Okay.
He's older, so I don't know. Yeah, but the past couple books that I've read from him, both of them had plot twists, and that like you knew that there was a plot twist coming, but when the plot twist came, you're like, holy cow, I didn't ever see that coming.
What?
You follow the same line of, I guess, likes when you like watch movies,
What do you mean?
like fantasy, fiction, mystery, thriller kind of vibes.
Not particularly. I do like fiction, or well, I guess all of them are fiction to an extent, but like I like action movies, I like rom-coms.
Last movie that you watched that you were like, I would give this a high star rating.
I haven't had very much time to watch movies recently. I did
Okay.
just watch Clueless. That was pretty funny. 10 Things I Hate About You also is really good.
That is a good one.
One of my favorites. I think it's so
It's funny.
A lot of the newer movies that have been coming out haven't been that great. Like, I'm a big fan of Marvel. And most of the new Marvel movies have just been
I
not good.
haven't seen one of the new Marvel movies. Like, I don't even remember what the last one that I watched was.
See, I want to watch it out of principle because, like, I've seen them all, so you gotta keep watching them. But
It's just gonna keep going.
they just don't. They haven't been getting good. They haven't been like. They just haven't been fun to watch.
So, what is your favorite Marvel movie?
Ooh, I really like Doctor Strange.
Would you say he's your favorite Marvel character, or you just enjoy the films?
I liked Doctor Strange before Doctor Strange was even known by most people.
Oh, okay.
You're
So,
a
like-
comic fan.
Not necessarily, but like
He's a Doctor Strange fan.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know. I thought he was really cool. So I grew up with like superheroes and stuff, and I liked him.
Did you like the second one? I
Yeah,
feel like
the second one was
the
pretty
second
good.
one was a little controversial.
I liked that it made Scarlet Witch more powerful than what she was in the original movies, because like if we're going like comic book wise, she's insanely powerful,
Mm-hmm.
and so like with this, she's like kind of tapping into
She
that, I
becomes
guess.
the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Even though she's not as powerful as like what she is in the comics, but if they were all that powerful, you wouldn't have movies.
Yeah, that's true.
The way that they like merged the multiverses, kind of like with the new Spider-Man or the Spider-Man to the Multiverse one. That was really good.
I still haven't seen the second one of that.
Oh, it's so good.
That's what I keep
it's way
hearing.
better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, see, I thought the first one was really good.
I did too.
it's like
Movie night?
Okay.
it's like seamless, like the way that they mix the multiverses, but they're all different.
That's impressive.
So it's like each of them have their own animations from each of the multiverses, or like each of the,
Like their own
each of the different
styles?
worlds, but they all mesh together so well.
Dang.
It's really good. Like if you're watching it for the story's really good, and if you watch it solely from like a cinematic point of view, it's phenomenal. So they got like the whole thing down pat. It's good.
Okay.
Luke's over there. He's like, stamp of approval.
I'll give it 2 stamps of approval.
Oh, okay. You said that you grew up with comics.
Not necessarily.
Superheroes,
Yeah.
kind of. Do you find that you are more Marvel or more DC or a mix of
Definitely
both?
Marvel.
Okay.
I can respect a couple DC, but like for the most part, just Marvel.
When you say respect a couple DC, are you saying just Batman?
No.
No. just checking.
Some Batman movies are really good.
Lego Batman?
Great.
Phenomenal.
Except for the ending.
Why? Why
Because
do you like the ending?
why do they all have to be friends? It's Batman and Joker.
They're not friends. They literally hate each other.
But they saved the world together.
Yeah.
Joker was literally trying to destroy it.
Yeah, but then he was like, if there's no world, there's no Batman to fight.
It got all sappy and weird.
Okay, so Luke is saying that he likes rom-coms. If they're only in
Oh, no.
rom-coms.
Here's the thing.
I have it on tape that you said that you like rom-coms.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
Okay.
We're using
However,
tape.
It's a metaphor.
However, like, they could have gone so many different ways. But no.
Could you elaborate what different ways?
Yeah, like, he could have, I don't know.
He could have done
I
something
just-
different.
Stayed in our, or in the whatever the
The
world
Phantom
is.
Zone.
The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone. I don't know. It was just kind of like a super cheesy ending to like. I guess it's.
It is a
like
kid's movie,
yeah.
technically. So. Anyway, Luke, what's your favorite holiday?
I like Christmas, except it's kind of getting lame because everything is getting super commercialized. I like the spirit of Christmas. I don't like the commerciality of Christmas.
Does your family have Christmas traditions?
Yes.
What are some of those Christmas traditions?
They're kind of changing due to death in the families, but that's okay. But like we usually get together every Christmas Eve, and we'll have dinner and open presents with my grandma and stuff. So that's fun. And then my dad always reads the Nativity and a Christmas story before bed. Even though I'm like 22 years old, it's still fun. Doesn't feel right without it. I like cinnamon rolls Christmas morning.
What's something that you wish everybody did for Christmas?
I feel like just being kinder to people around them. Because like it's called the spirit of giving, but then I feel like so many people are caught up in like, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do this, that they forget they forget about literally everything else. And they forget, like they lose like the whole meaning of Christmas and like the like busy kind of thing.
So just like slowing it down.
Yeah, it's
Being in
supposed
the
to be a
moment.
good time.
Focus on the little things in life, like mushrooms and moss and little frogs. Those are some of my favorite little things in life.
What are some of your favorite little things?
Me?
Yeah.
Hugs are nice. Raindrops are fun.
Raindrops are small.
Like the raindrops today.
No, those were hail, and those hurt.
There was raindrops at my
I would
house.
like to clarify that's HAIL, not the other way.
Clarification. Raindrops are great. Sunsets, even though they're like you see them every day.
Sunsets over sunrises.
I'm never awake for sunrises.
So,
That's fair.
yes.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, they're always different, but they're always pretty.
That's true.
Like the mountains look pretty too. All pink.
And for some
Especially-
reason, they always look better when you're in like a grocery store parking lot.
That's a good list.
Thanks.
Good handful of things. If you were going to the movies and you were taking some snacks, what is a sweet snack, savory snack, and sour snack that you would take?
Ooh, I really like Sour Patch Kids.
Do you have a particular flavor of Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids.
Just
Sour Patch Kids.
okay.
Even though like they destroy your tongue, they're still really good. Not destroying them because it's sour, but like you know how just kind of like sour stuff just kind of like shreds
Yeah.
your tongue.
Yeah.
So you can only eat like 10 of them before your tongue's like falling out.
You're like, I don't know why it tastes like iron all of a sudden, but it's fine.
Pretty much, yeah. I like chocolate. Just like M&M's, really good. Popcorn's also like a must-have. Though I do think kettle corn is better than like movie theater butter.
Really?
I like kettle corn. I don't know if I would say better, but I do enjoy kettle corn.
Why?
Unless it's like super fresh. Like you get it from like the movie theaters as it's like coming out of like the popper thing
Uh-huh.
with lots and lots of butter on it. Like once it starts to get a little old, I feel like kettle corn becomes superior.
I can't imagine a world in which I would agree with you,
But you're also not a fan of salty sweet mixtures.
I really
I'm
like
not.
salty sweet.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
Would you pick salty over sweet?
It would have to be based on mood.
Okay.
Because like I have like a terrible sweet tooth. And so like if candy's there, I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna love it because it's candy.
Just sweet candies, or would you choose sour over sweet candies?
Also based on
If I
Right.
threw chocolate into the mix, is that also mood based?
typically yes. I just
Got
kind of go with the
it.
flow.
Okay.
Luke's a very by the vibes kind of guy.
Just
Get
roll
the
with the
feeling.
punches.
It's fair.
Or just dig through the candy bowl and find whatever fits the mood. Luke, if you could choose to be any shape, what shape would you pick?
Talking like geometric shape.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a rhombus.
Dodecahedron.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mostly because it sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
But then you'd have 12 faces.
You would know what's going on around you
Exactly.
all the time.
No
one could sneak up
could
on
sneak
you.
up on me. No one could pull anything on me.
That's so true.
I'd see it. Unless they were all
From
facing
12
one
different-
direction. That would suck.
Then you wouldn't be a dodecahedron.
That's true. Good thought.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you
Regardless
want
of
to
price.
Regardless of price.
Yeah.
Regardless of price.
Okay. Is it for like a very extended period of time, or is it for like a year? For
you're planning on living there for a while.
a while?
Yeah.
Probably somewhere in Europe. Maybe Germany or Spain or Greece. I think.
Okay. Any particular reasons?
I like the cultures that they have. Like, America has a lack of culture, I feel like, because everything has to be new. And so anything old gets taken down or renovated or redone. And so it like takes that kind of like that culture of like, oh, this is our history kind of thing, and just like rewrites it over and over and over again. But like you go to places in Europe and they have castles that have been there since like the 1400s that are still in really good shape. Or you have like in Greece, they just have all the temples of the gods that like, and even though most of them probably don't worship the gods still, they have that culture that's embedded in their society around these things. And the food is good. So, all right.
That's true.
Have you ever played any musical instruments, Luke?
I have. I played the violin all through junior high and high school.
Do you still play the violin?
Not really.
Okay.
Did you enjoy playing the
I
violin?
really did, actually.
Okay.
So if they asked you to do a musical number,
Absolutely not.
He was quick with that one.
I've done that before and I was not a fan.
oh, that's fair.
I don't like being the center of attention.
Do you have any hidden talents, Luke? Other than the violin playing?
I'm not sure. I'm really observant, so I see a ton, which means I usually notice a ton.
So he knows things.
I know a great many things. Whether or not they're pertinent to any conversation, entirely beside the point.
Do you consider yourself the fun fact guy?
I do have some fun facts.
Can I have one?
Yeah. Did you know that the immune system for your eyeball is different than the immune system for your body?
I did know that one. Can I have another one?
You gotta really step up your game around us.
Yeah.
Right, my apologies.
I accept your apology.
Did you know that the Cape octopus, it will have like tons, like hundreds or thousands of males break off one of their tentacles and give it to them, or the females will, so that they can reproduce, because the males are like tiny compared to the females. Like they're inches where the females are like 6+ feet. They're really pretty. You should look them up.
I'm gonna stay quiet.
No, the K-pop was just in general.
I also knew that.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Listen, I was the kind of kid that during the summer when I got bored, I would look up random animals and write essays about them.
See, I wouldn't write essays, but I read about random animals because I think they're the coolest.
So if you have like an animal fact, I'm probably gonna know that. Did you know hippos' milk is pink?
It did.
Yes.
That's a pretty basic.
Did you know that they have like 2 sets of teeth?
Yes.
They have
I didn't
one
know
further
that.
down their throat that kind of just like grinds stuff. So when, like, if you look at them eating, it just kind of looks like their like gums are just kind of pressing in on stuff, but really they're just shredding it with their molars in the back, which are like a little further down their throat. It looks like it's in their throat, but their mouth is just really large.
That's why in feeding videos, if you see them throw them like a whole watermelon, and they don't chew anything up front, it's because their
it's all going on in
throat
the
teeth
back.
are doing all of the work.
I did not know that one. Do you have a calling in the
I
ward?
do. I'm the ward secretary.
Okay.
The executive secretary.
Oh,
Executive.
Yeah, I think that's the official title.
And what do your duties entail as the executive secretary?
I help keep the bishop organized, like with appointments and note taking during meetings.
Nice.
Nothing terribly fancy.
What is your dream calling in the ward? Maybe not necessarily just the YSA ward, but even like a home ward.
I'm not sure. I feel like working with young men would be cool.
You just want to go to all the activities?
Right? They go sledding, they play sports.
That's true.
Let's be real here. You want to do the
They
activities.
go camping.
My dad used to take his young men skiing.
That's a lot of money.
And well, he had like 4 of them. So there
that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, there wasn't very many. But I definitely skipped out on Young Women's several times to go skiing instead.
As you should.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to go make bracelets or do whatever. I'm going skiing.
Or teaching like the primary children. That'd be funny.
Teaching in primary is fun.
Like the really young ones.
Like the sunbeams?
Oh yeah. I've heard wild stories.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Blast.
What's the craziest thing that you've done?
In what sense?
Any sense? When someone's like, what's something super crazy and exciting that you've done? What's your first thought?
I've been stabbed by a sword, but it's a lie. It's just a sham. Served a mission. That was pretty crazy.
Okay, we're going to talk about your mission in a minute, but I feel
we
like
got to go back to
you
the
have
sword
to talk
stabbing.
about the sword thing because you tricked me and Lexi, and we believed you.
I have a
Even
picture.
knowing what had happened.
Well, I have a picture
was
that
still
looks
gonna
pretty
lose them.
convincing.
It does, but I feel like for the people on the podcast listening who don't know the story,
I had surgery on my chest,
Mhm.
and it's the guide that goes through so that they could shove a bar through my chest and jump on it and force my chest out. And I say jump on it because that is what they did. They didn't just like push it in. They like pushed it in and then like jumped on it and then pushed it in some more.
But in showing us the picture, you told us you had been stabbed at a Renaissance fair.
It's not my fault you guys believed me.
you did lie,
Yeah, but I came clean.
and it was really funny.
It was really funny.
It was really
I
funny.
did it for the joke, not for like the actual lying.
It was very
The
entertaining, actually.
look on people's faces when I tell them that I've been stabbed by a sword, like all the way through,
Mm-hmm.
is pretty entertaining.
And that it missed all the essential organs?
It did by millimeters.
Crazy.
Almost like it was surgically inserted.
Yeah.
I have
Wow.
said that, and people like right over their head. They're like, yeah, it's almost like a surgeon put it in, and they're like,
Wow.
yeah, pretty much.
That's so funny. All right, so enough about Luke's lying. Let's talk about your truth telling. Where'd
How
you
was your
serve your
mission?
mission?
I served in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
English, Spanish speaking?
Spanish speaking.
Spanish speaking.
Yes,
How was that?
I loved it. Even though a lot of it was hard, I loved it.
How did you enjoy the weather and the temperature down there?
It got really hot. There was like a month where it stayed over 100 degrees even at night.
Ugh.
And so you sweat and you sweat and you sweat again.
Ooh.
And then it was great. I loved monsoon season. It just would pour. Like the streets would turn into rivers. And I mean that literally, like you would have a river running down the main streets. I was outside in the rain for like 15 seconds and was drenched head to toe, like all the way through all of my layers, and I was wearing a waterproof shirt.
That's crazy.
Were you on bike? Were
I
you
was
in
in a
car?
I
Okay.
got banned from bike areas
Why?
because of my chest.
Oh. Okay.
Pre-sword stabbing.
Pre-sword. Yes.
Pre-sword
Yeah.
stabbing.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, I loved it.
Have you been able to maintain your Spanish since you've been home?
A little bit. I'm taking Spanish classes in college.
Okay.
And a lot of them are easy because it's just basic stuff. I have a pretty good understanding of the grammatics of Spanish, but I don't necessarily have the vocabulary to back it up.
Mm.
So it's I don't know, I'm working on it because I want to be able to speak Spanish fluently.
If you had to pick a third language,
Ooh,
what would it be?
it'd probably be German,
Okay.
or Mandarin.
Mandarin is very useful.
That's
From
why
what
I
I've
would-
heard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mandarin would be really good, like utility-wise. But like, I took German all throughout high school,
Mm.
but in order to learn Spanish, I kind of had to just like move it out of my brain because I kept mixing the two languages because my
Oof.
brain would be like, "Oh, foreign language," and then like half of my sentence would come out in Spanish and the other half would be German, and I get some really weird looks.
I bet.
If I say anything in German, I say it with like a Spanish accent.
Oh, that's
Because
fun.
it's like German is spoken really far back in your mouth, and Spanish is spoken like all the way at the front.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
If you could choose to learn a language from a fictional universe, what would you choose?
I have no clue.
Like as soon as Lexi asked that question, my brain went completely blank.
That's-
Of like,
Do I need to list a few? Would that help?
The only ones that are coming to my brain are Groot and Wookiee.
Okay, there's Klingon,
That was also one that came to me, but like,
there's Elvish.
I think you should just go with Wookiee.
Yeah, you could do
Right.
Wookiee.
I
Just
think
scream at people.
Wookiee's a great answer.
or we could even throw in like ability to speak to animals,
oh, I
but
would do that.
specifically one type of animal, like
Oh.
bird
Oh.
or.
That's
That-
sad.
You can't be like, oh, I want to speak animal. All
Maybe-
animals speak differently.
Maybe all animals have like a universal language. You don't know. Do you speak to animals?
That's
No.
I think just Wookiee, just because it would be fun.
That would be a fun one. You could speak. What is it? Java.
Oh,
No.
I think that one would be fun.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that would be fun.
Elvish should also
think it'd be
probably
fun.
be cool. Really, really old language.
Super old. The people who can actually like read Elvish are crazy.
Yeah, they have too much time on their hands.
Just
Nerds.
Yeah.
I just
What's one category that you would consider yourself a nerd in?
A lot of them.
Okay, what are those categories?
Like anything pertaining to like animals. I'm a pretty big nerd in, especially like the more exotic ones. Like the crazier they are, the cooler they are, the more I know about them probably. I don't know. I just pick up a ton of information on a lot of different things, and so I know a lot about a lot of different things. Like planes. Ooh, planes are really cool. I have a lot of information about those.
Okay. So do you know why the door fell off of that one Alaskan airline plane?
Yeah, they released a statement about it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Oftentimes malfunctions like that are due to like people pushing for money, even when engineers are like, no, like, that's not
that's
safe.
not the vibe.
So a lot of like failures due to different, or like a lot of like the monumental failures that you see. So like the Apollo capsules. It's because engineers are like, don't do it, but they're like, but we have a deadline. It's not safe. Oh well.
Always
And
listen to
things
engineers.
explode. But also engineers
Screw
don't
the
usually know
deadlines.
how to talk to people, so or as well.
That's fair.
Communication is key.
I would consider you a nerd in Villainous.
Yes, I do know a good deal about that.
Yeah.
Do you have, outside of the game, do you have a favorite villain?
I mean, like Jafar's pretty cool. You also have Scar. He's pretty cool. He has nice songs. I have no clue.
Tentatively Scar and Jafar. Got it.
Sure.
Is it easier then to ask favorite Disney princess?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Duh.
favorite Disney
Mulan.
princess.
Oh,
Okay.
She's not technically a princess.
Yeah, but she's still like in that category.
Yeah, that's true.
And then probably Tiana
Mm.
from Princess and the Frog.
Those are some good picks.
Thanks.
There.
He had that one ready.
That's because Mulan's cool.
I've also
Mulan
grown
is
up
cool.
with sisters,
Mm.
so I've seen all the movies.
That's fair. Do you only have sisters?
I have a brother as well.
Okay. And where do you fall in that mix?
I am the second oldest, so I have an older sister, and then me, then a brother, and two sisters.
Do you get along well with your sisters?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
All pretty close in age?
Relatively. I think we all have like 2 or 3 years between us, except for my older sisters.
You guys always lived in Utah?
I lived in Tucson, aside from my mission, for like 4 months, and then moved back up to
Interesting.
Ogden.
Nice.
Other than that, I've been Ogden or North Ogden my entire life.
It is
Serving the area that my family lived in, though.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, so like the ward that we went to was dissolved and then like reformed into other wards.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the wards that I served in was like had people from the ward that I went to, but we weren't there for very long. So
I was like, that's kind of crazy.
it is a little bit.
Like running into people that you know. Does your family like to go on vacations a lot?
Not typically.
Okay. Do you have a family vacation that like stood out to you as like your favorite one?
We've been to Bear Lake a couple times. Those have both been fun. I don't know. I don't go on many vacations.
Okay, that's fair.
Been to Disneyland. And that's pretty cool.
Disneyland's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Bear Lake's pretty fun.
I agree.
Are you more of a beach person or mountains?
Mountains for sure.
Mountains.
I love mountains.
They're a good time. Do you enjoy more the view or do you like hikes or rock climbing, any of that kind of stuff?
I love hiking.
Mhm.
Hiking is one of my favorite things to do. But like when you get up there and you can look out and you can see everything, that's awesome. But also like, I don't know, it's just nice. It's pretty. It's not touched by urbanization. It's like it's clean. It's free. I guess it smells nice and fresh.
The air
That's
is
true.
definitely immensely different once you start hiking versus if you're just taking a walk.
Yeah. What's your favorite hike that you've done?
I went to the Wind Caves up in Logan.
Okay.
That was a really nice hike.
I haven't been there,
Actually,
but
caves.
I've heard
Yeah. So
good stuff.
Love
you
caves.
go up, it's about like a mile. It's not a very long hike. I think it's like 2 miles up. And then you can go in, like, the end is like this cave that's just been bored into the side of the mountain that you can get into. It's pretty cool.
There.
What other outdoor activities do you enjoy?
I don't know. I'm a really big, like, homebody.
Okay.
I like hiking. I don't know. I like going like camping. You don't ever really do it, but I like it. I just like being outside, except when it's freezing cold or stupid hot.
Yeah.
So I take it spring or fall is your favorite.
Most definitely.
Gotcha.
Sweet spots.
What do you feel about cryptids?
About what?
Cryptids. Mothman, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster.
I'm sure that there's some validity to it, but I also think that they're blown out of proportion.
If you had to pick a cryptid to be your roommate, which one would you pick?
Or a supernatural creature. We'll open it up a little bit
Okay, yeah,
more.
we can open it.
So if you wanted like a mummy.
He's thinking real hard.
I don't even.
Or a gorgon. That probably would be a bad roommate to have.
That would be a bad roommate.
I feel like Bigfoot would be kind of funny. Be like, hey,
My
have you
Bigfoot
seen?
buddy.
Can you imagine these stories that he'd have?
Oh, he'd have so
That'd be
many.
pretty crazy.
He'd be like, this one time, I was just taking a stroll, and this hunter showed up out of nowhere. Trying to scare me off.
Yeah,
Threw a rock at him.
Walk into my cave, and next thing I know, there's this photographer that's like, "Hi, guess
You're
what?
Bigfoot. So I was like,
Time to pose.
Next thing you know, I'm booking it down the hill. Count on catch me.
Bigfoot would be a good roommate.
Imagine the pranks you could pull too,
True.
because nobody would believe it. Believe that he's there, or like half the people would be like, "Nah, Bigfoot's not real."
And he's like standing next to you, and you're like, he's paying rent, so.
I don't know where he's getting his money.
Yeah.
All
Okay, that's a good choice.
He's selling photos. That's what it is.
He is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clearly.
To, like, hunters and stuff.
To the
I'll
the
make
news
it-
stations.
I'll
Yep.
make a cameo on your video footage if you give me $100,000. Deal. Box.
And all you got to do is partner up with him, and
Exactly.
you're good. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
That was a good choice.
If you could pick from, are you familiar with the D&D classes?
I'm not.
No. Okay. I was gonna see if you wanted to pick one of those.
We'll go Druid because that's like the only one that I know.
Oh, and it ties in very closely with animals too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
That's,
that.
I believe
Yeah.
Druid is like magic and
Or-
animals, kind of.
Are there wizards?
There are wizards.
Okay, I'll be a wizard instead.
Okay.
Is that what your question was going to be? What
Yeah.
would you be?
Mm-hmm.
Be a wizard. Could wear a fun hat.
Wizards
No one would
do have
question
fun
me.
hats. That's true. You could wear a fun hat now.
I'd wear a fez.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You could wear a fun hat now, and if people ask you, just say I'm a wizard.
But no one would believe me.
They don't have,
They don't
to,
have to
believe
believe
you.
you. It's like
You
Bigfoot.
could be actually
Doesn't
be a
matter.
wizard and wear a fun hat and tell people you're a wizard, and they might not believe you.
Doesn't matter what other people believe.
Yeah, but if they don't believe me, I could just turn them into like a frog or something.
Exactly.
Bibbidi bobbidi, believe me now. And a fez, really? You're gonna stick
Yeah,
with
it's just
that?
the wildest thing I thought of.
It's the first one that popped in his mind.
It was a good red one.
Classic.
Classic.
I'm getting a little more Doctor Who
That
vibes.
was exactly
Okay.
what I was going for.
Got it.
Nice.
Doctor Who fan?
At one point, yes.
Okay.
I think that was like 8th and 9th grade phase.
Yeah, I think everyone was roughly either Sherlock, Doctor
Sherlock
Who,
was way good, too.
or Supernatural.
I never really got
Those
into
were the
Supernatural.
What happens if you were any of those?
And you were just basic.
Oh, dang it.
If you were all three, you were a Super Hulakian.
Yeah, I have heard that phrase.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just a Hulakian.
I was nothing, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing. I was more of a Once Upon a Time,
I never
was
watched that.
but I wasn't really, like, obsessed with it.
I never really got obsessed with anything.
It was just kind of like something that my mom and I would watch.
Do you have a go-to TV show?
Friends.
Friends?
Yeah, kind of been ingrained in me. It's my parents' favorite, and so
Ah.
it's always on.
Which character do you resonate the strongest to?
Chandler.
Chandler?
Sense of humor is immaculate.
I was about to say, yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty fitting.
All right. If we were to ask someone to describe you, what do you think are 3 things that they would say?
I don't know. Who are you asking?
Someone that knows you?
I would hope genuine. Trustworthy and kind.
Oh,
That's what I would hope.
What are 3 just like random
facts.
facts about you?
In elementary school, I had a cast on both my legs. but I didn't break my legs or my ankles.
Okay.
I don't know.
What?
Yep. Also, I've been stabbed by a sword. I feel like that's a good one to throw in, but like, okay, no. I guess that would be the lie. But like, I could put it in like it's a truth very easily.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I think it works.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know.
What about least favorite food?
Ooh, either brownies or sushi. Or celery.
Okay.
That's a random mix.
Well, celery is crunchy, dirty water. And it's stringy. Why?
I can get behind that when it's raw. I don't mind celery when it's cooked, but when it's raw, yeah, crunchy, dirty water.
I will eat it if it's in, like, if it's cooked in something, or if it's in something, if I have to. But
Like
Not your
stuffing.
I
Yeah.
don't usually put celery in stuffing.
Good. It doesn't belong.
No, it's bread. Why are you putting vegetables in?
What about zucchini bread?
Oh, zucchini bread is heavenly.
I think that's a vegetable.
Okay, well, every now and then it works.
Okay.
I don't like sushi because I've had a near-death experience with it. You throw it up out your nose, kind
Ew.
of ruins it for you.
Yeah.
Brownies, I've also had a couple near-death experiences because of them. Kind of taints it. I also don't really like the fudgy chocolate kind of flavor, but that might just be because of association with poor experiences.
That's fair.
Any final things you want to say to the ward that's listening?
Jesus Christ loves you. God loves you. And that's all.
That's a good thing to
Pretty
end on.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And with that, we're gonna end the podcast.
All right. Our next guest, the fun fact that we have for you is
This person has done mediocre stand-up in their freshman year of college.
they described it themselves as mediocre. Okay, we're not making that judgment.
Not
But
us.
they also can squat their body weight, which is pretty impressive.
So take your guesses and then find out if you know this person next time.